Alrighty, welcome back. It's Friday, and today is the day that I'm going to redeem myself. Yesterday, when I put the piece on the bumper, I had a piece of 1/8 plate, and it was hard to kind of deal with. There's 3 different angles going on there. I couldn't bend anything with my hand. I had to bend it with the hammer and the vise. And basically, what happened is I spent the day welding it up. I ground it off, and then I was going to go for this side, and I said, no, I'm not going to do that. So I just backed off, and the reason being is because I learned something as I was doing it. As I was putting this piece in the bumper, and I got it all ground off and all welded up, as I was putting it in there, I was looking at it, and I was going for the other side, and I was just going to do it up and then say, hey, got the bumper done, I'm going to show it to you. But no, I think there's a learning process on this one. So as I'm learning, I'm going to show you as I learned. But as I get looking at it, we have one shape here, one shape there, we have another shape here, and then we have one flopped over there for the line. So it's kind of a tricky thing. It doesn't look tricky, but it is tricky because the point is out farther than this part. If I take my ruler and I stick it on there, we got that looking really nice. I'm really happy with that. The line is really good. Happy with that. Right here where I welded it together, I kind of did not get the exact same roll as the bumper. I've got it welded up good, got it ground off nice. Everything looks okay, but I can still feel it a little bit. So what's going to happen is, on this part, for me, is what's going to happen. There's a piece right here that's in the back. I got this mark on there. And I got this piece in the back. What I'm going to do after I get the pieces on there, I'm going to zip cut that piece off. Then I'm going to be able to get to the back side of the bumper, and then I can play with that a little bit. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm not even going to play with it. I'm going to let the chrome guys play with it because they're the best at what they do. They know exactly what to do. I might mark it. I don't think I have to, because they'll know when they get playing with it where the dents are. That's their job. That's what they do. And I'm expecting they'll do a great job at it. But what I'm looking at is I got the line straight. I got the top feeling good. I got the bottom feeling good. Right here, I wasn't that happy with. You can take a look at it with your camera. And Jolene, come on this side. We'll take a look here. And we can see, you can see the little gully in there. That would be where your fill would be. But there's no such thing as fill when it comes to chrome unless they're letting it. But what I'm thinking is if I cut that out there on the backside, they'll be able to put a little heat on that and just tap that out nice. I think you would want heat on this where it's 1/8 plate. I would think that you'd want heat. But as I get going on it, this is what I learned. I should have done cut it all up and you know, just kind of massacred it. I did to get it to fit, sort of. But I split it there, and to bring it down, to make it fit. I got it to work. I welded it up nice, obviously. It looks fine to me, or looks good to me. I think I can do better. I think I can do better on this side, and that's why we're making another video. I have the original patch, or the original pattern there. But you can see how as I got a mark, I got a line there, and I got a line, we'll say, about there somewhere where I can get that to make that look right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the original piece, put it in there, and then we're fitting good in the center. That's where it was before, where this thing's on an angle. This line here goes small here, it goes from nothing here all the way up from almost an inch away. So that's sort of where I was having a problem in trying to manipulate a piece of 1/8 plate. So what I'm trying to say on this application is, I'm going to get my dog. What I'm trying to say on this application for Friday is that it's okay to make it out of 2 or 3 pieces, whatever it takes to make your piece, and that's what I'm going to do. Toronto, Motorama, April 29th to May 1st. We will be there. We'll be signing shirts. Jolene's going to, she already did the soft, what do you call that?
Soft launch.
The soft launch, and we're going to go to the hard launch.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this pattern, and I'm going to take this line here. I'm going to take one of these lines. I'm going to mark this line off because I'm not going to use that line. I'm going to take that line, I'm going to take it to that point, and then we'll have that line there, we'll have it right there, and then when we weld it, we'll be right along that line. So let's just take that line, match it up with that line, and then we'll make a new line down here, and we'll go there. So I'm going to cut that with a pair of scissors. This should be a lot easier this time, I'm thinking. And when I thought of doing it in 3 pieces, I was starting to weld that up. And there was no turning backwards for me, no turning backwards. I just went for it. I welded it, I ground it, I finished it, and went down and spent some time with Jolene. Oh yeah, Jolene looks amazing today, as always. As always. Can't forget that. Got to repeat, repeat, repeat. Jolene looks amazing today, as always. She bought us a new style of coffee. What's the coffee you bought us today? What's the new coffee you bought us? We have coffee in bed every morning. She'll either get it or I'll either get it. And she bought us some new. It's just a different creamer, I guess. Yeah. But it's kind of a flavored stuff, and it's kind of a treat for us to have that. So this is what I'm going to cut. Obviously, this has got a little bit of a roll in it, so I'm just going to take it and cut it and roll it in there a little bit, because I can. It's going to be easier to manage too for me to cut a straight piece like this, and then to bend it a little bit. It's going to be much easier to manage, much easier. And what happened was, as I was doing what I was doing, I learned what I should have done in the first place. And it's okay to fail. It's how you come back. Isn't that right, baby? Mm-hmm. Well, it's not okay to fail, but let's face it, everybody does. And when you come back, just come back a little bit stronger. Alrighty, that's my first piece. I do not have anything set up to cut this yet. I got a zip cut there. That's what I'm going to cut it with. I'm going to put my glasses on. I didn't get them ready either. Shame, shame, Chad, shame. Glasses right there. Okay, I got my gloves right on the floor here. I'm on the floor anyways. This one's going to go a little quicker, I think. I'm hoping. I won't weld it up on camera, I don't think, just because you don't need to see me weld it up. But what I do, when I do weld it up, I put more on than I need. Exactly what I did there. I put more on what I need, and then I buffed it off. Ba, 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 ba. Good thing I didn't have a big towel. Also, that 1/8 plate became very, what can I say? Became very, very awkward to deal with when it came time to, see, we're up there a little bit. I can shave that edge off there a little bit. It came very awkward when it came to making this piece because it's so thick, you know. I couldn't do anything with it. So I'm going to put that back on there again. I'm thinking that I'm a little bit long. I'm going to cut another. I'll sculpt that out, I think, actually. Probably make it better. I look like that in there will fit, that in there will fit. I'm going to take a sander wheel and just sand it down a little bit. Excuse me, Fina. Just trying to get this part going right, even before I start bending it, if you know what I'm trying to tell you, because I'm going to start bending it here in a minute. A little bit more, a little bit more. It might be a hard watch to watch me do this bumper twice, but for me, it's a good watch because I'm learning. I learned something to, you know, take what I did there and make it better on this side, or make it easier, you know, at least. So I'm going to go in here and put a little shape on it. Let's just take a little look. This is my shape. I need both ends turned a little bit. I got that a little long on that end, it looks like to me, but we'll sand her down. What I'm going to do is now I'm going to stick that down in there, and then I can see what I'm doing instead of trying to. Just want to bend it a little bit. Be easier if I had the longer end. If I did it this way, it'd be easier. Yes, it would be. But I can't see. I'm going to do that again. I'm going to mark it because I can't see. When it goes down in there, I'm losing my how far it's down in there is what I'm trying to tell you. So when I put it down in there, now I can go by the line instead of guessing. Let's do this one. Doing the exact same thing as yesterday, but it's Friday and we're doing a little different. Now let's do it in the center. See if we can't get a little. See, this is the part that I couldn't get yesterday looking right, is the rolls and the bends. That's what I wasn't getting right. Wow. Got a nice little roll going on there now. Couldn't get that the other day. Maybe Russian, but no, I'm Canadian. That's probably not a very good. Now. Not bad, not bad. You can see this end is the true end. This end is the end that we're at. Now, I'm going to take and mark that. I left that marker in there, I did. That's the end we're at. That feels pretty good. I'm going to tuck that one down a little bit. Just going to tuck that one down a little bit and tuck that corner there down a little bit. Let's do it again. Just a little bit. I think that this end right here need to tuck down a little bit. Going to try to get this done quickly. Let everybody go on their Friday. I got that twisted now. That fits good there. I'm liking that. I'm liking that. I'm liking that. This here I'm not liking over here. That's got to come down. How did I? Did I twist that? I twisted that somehow. I don't like what I did there. Did something wrong. I gotta take a look. All right, I'm liking this part. I can get that down in there, I can grind that. All right, I can weld that there and then hit that there and bend that down. Yes, I can. And then flapper wheel it off. And that's what I think I might do, just because it fits too good. That fits too good. Yeah, not bad. Let's knock this off a little bit. I want a little gap. One little gap there. I want that in there a little bit. Just this right here is kind of concerning a little bit. Just so it fits a little better. Hammer that down in there. Knock a little more off the top. I'll bend that down as I get going. I'll bend it down after I weld it. I'm not going to mess with it in there. Let's hook the welder back up again. We're not going to need any air. We're just going to go for it. And I'm hoping to get this piece in without any issues. And then the other two will go nicely. And I picked this one here because it was the easiest one. That's why I picked it. It was the easiest one to put in. And basically what I want to do right now is I want to get that running flush along there. So that's basically what I want to do there. Just so that that feels good. Now, I want to match this one up here, like me facing mirrors. While it's got a little, I'm gonna actually that one. Just want to knock that down there if I can. I had a hammer here. I must have put it back. I'm gonna steal this big maul hammer. I'm hoping that I can turn that without even moving anything. Nope. Cannot. All right, what I'm going to do is, that one there is feeling good, so I'm going to weld that one. Let's put this back in shape. Probably shouldn't have done that. Probably should have got it in place before I did that. Probably should have. I'm going to take and knock this off a little bit. Oh, I'm in. Hoping that I can bend that down there. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I should have got it to fit. I'm up there a little bit. Can I knock it down? Sure I can. It feels good. Grind some off that before I start. Did that just take off? Damn it. I went backwards on it. I went backwards on it. Do it again. All right. I'm gonna weld that on there. It's good. It's good. Awesome. Now, I'm going to weld a little bit here, see if I can get some more heat in it. See if I can knock that down. Beautiful. Not turning anything, I hope. Now, we're flush across there. We might even be down a little bit. Good thing for steel toes. Thanks, sweetheart. Look at that. Hand me the right hammer. It's good. Watch your eyes. Alrighty. Feels good. Feels good. You can see the difference in that piece that I put on there. You know, you can see how small to big. It was a hard thing to make, you know, was trying to make it all to one piece. As I've got this, you can see a little gap in here. I've got probably a, I don't know, 1/8, 16th gap there. That's nice. Where here, this stuff is rolled over. That's rolled over, so I really have to fill that and feather it out to get that. So let's move on to the next piece. Put a little weld on this piece. And you would never get anything to penetrate if it's tight on an 1/8 plate with the welder. It doesn't. Good. Now, let's do this. Let's go for our next piece. Markers in there. I'm in bumper mode. Alrighty. Now, as I have this piece here, I got to get that. You got to get that right on the right plane, or it's not. You can see where I marked it with my finger or my thumb. You can see how I creased it. Now I'm going to cut it. Then I'm going to transfer it, and then when I transfer it onto the 1/8 plate, So you can see that the line I had on before was wrong. That goes in there like so. Ooh, I'm liking that already. It's so much easier and so much nicer. I'm running around here with my head cut off for a second. Gotta find a piece of metal. So basically what I'm going to do is, it's round there. I wonder if I can get that round piece out of that. Probably could. There we go. There it is. Got a little piece around there to draw off, but that'll be easy to flap or wheel off, I think. So on this piece, when I cut this, I'm going to cut the marker. And the reason I'm going to cut the marker, because I don't mind if it's smaller than it's supposed to be, because the simple fact is I'll have some gap to weld. Hope it don't go anywhere. Now it's too big. I have to cut it down some. And that's what I was talking about. That's a shame, but it's true. Cut it down. Jolene is hot. It's her brains that makes her hot. It's her brains. Now we're a little bit smaller. That's nicer now. So you can see where that's on there. I'm going to weld that on there, and then I'm going to have to feather the weld off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tack that on there, and then I'm going to put the zip cut down through that. I'm going to have to make it fit right. Let's turn her on. You hold my marker, sweetheart. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to stick it on there. Watch your eyes, sweetheart. I think you've got that figured out, obviously. Watch your eyes. I don't know why I say that, but now. I'm going to grind that edge of that off. I'm going to do a couple things there. I'm going to tack right here along here. Let's do this. Something I got to do there. I got to knock that off, the edge off, before I weld it. Let's knock this edge off. Ouch, that's hot. Whoa, that's hot. You can tell by my gloves smoking, can you? What? Tell by my gloves smoking. We'll knock that on. And then I'm going to make it fit. This is making me much happier than the other side. I can tell you that right now. Making me much happier just because of the way it's fitting and the less massaging I have to do. We're in place now. We are in place. I'm going to buzz that. I think I'm going to weld that on there, but I'm going to put a zip cut down through that. Let's knock this down. We'll weld that around that corner. Yeah. I might as well just take and grind that off. Lots of metal left there. It's 1/8 plate. Lots of metal left. That's room for the weld. Good. That's room for the welder. If I have to do it again, I will. So we'll buzz that off. Now we're going for the bottom piece. We're cooking with gas. Cooking with gas. It's going good. I enjoy this one much better than the other side. I had one piece I had haggled up and cut up and good. Touch that means I'm going on the right plane. That's basically it. I want to get it all on the right plane. Now I have another piece of. This is the piece that I had left. What's that look like? Well, looky there. Hickory dickory dock. That's the piece. That's not a bad thing when you're cutting your patch up and you got the right thing going on. Now I'm hoping that the chromer guys can save me a little bit. How you doing, Fiend Bean? The chrome guys can save me a little bit, and what I mean by that is that it's not perfect what I'm welding up here. By no means, no, it's not. But let's face it, I'm putting some 1/8 plate in a difficult hole. Looks good. Come back here and take a look. All right. Looks good. Let's do this. All right, we got enough there, have we? Right on. Who's your daddy? Haven't said that for a while, have I? Who's your daddy? Awesome. I'm going to give that back to you. My lovely assistant. Knock down some corners, and then we're going to slide that bad boy in there. Knock down some corners. Knock that corner off. You got the marker. Thank you very much, darling. Darling. It's the biggest one right there. So you get that. I'm gonna put a little bend in it. Why don't we do that? And then cut it. That's what I'm thinking. Put a little bend in the middle of it. Big hammer. Just going to mark it in the middle and give it a little bend, and then we'll slide it in there. A little bit of a contour. We've got the chance. Let's do it. And the reason I'm using the 1/8 because I have some to grind too, eh? It gives me something to grind. If it's not actually laying the prettiest or looking the prettiest, I got something to grind. Yeah, let's come back. Come back. cut some off the top side. It wants to come up on me for some reason, because maybe this angle is not the best. Alright, let's put this in and see what this does. That's not bad. And I can bang it. Alright, that works for me. Or I think it does. Nope. Let's cut a little bit off this right here. Just a little. And then we'll angle it, put it in. Just grind it off. Turn the welder on. Jolene's camera work is second to none. What show do you get to watch? And get to watch Jolene's camera work. Second to none. Second to none. I'm fortunate to have her. Very fortunate. And so are you. And the reason being is because you can watch and measure up. And what I mean by watch and measure up, you can see how I'm doing it, and you can say, well, he's only that good, well, I can be that good. Right? And that's, I don't likey that much there. Didn't likey that much there. That's basically what's going on. People need to know, you know. I need a little bend in the middle of that. It's bent the wrong way for some reason. I'm going to put that in the vise. You know, how do you measure up if you don't know what kind of work they're doing? And that lets you know. Just bend a little bit. I guess when I watch a show, that's what I want to know. I want to know, you know, what kind of work are they doing. I get it fitting good now, baby. Or I think I do. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I let that go and it's going to fall on me. And then I'll be, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Just got to get it in there right, that's all. Fitting so good now that I have to take my time. And basically what I want to do is I want to get this edge over here fitting right. A little gap there in the center. I'm going to pull that out. And then I'll bang that back in. Let's weld this here. The reason I welded that there, because it felt good. I'm going to get a screwdriver and just pry that bottom piece out. Hoping that'll work. Sometimes it's hard to find a flat screwdriver. It's hard to believe, you know. Do what I'm doing here. bit more. Pushing on that. There we go. There. Awesome. Grinder. Zip cut. Zip cuts for penetration. Much happier with that piece than trying to put it in the other way. It went much easier this way. I'm going to call that. I can knock a little bit off this edge up here. That's fine. I might do that to feather that weld on there. But I'm happy I got this roll in here. That fits nice going across there. That fits nice going across there. It matches up to that piece. I will do the exact same thing I did to that piece, is I'll weld it all up. This time I'm not going to have, I had a jagged cut in there I had to fill. I didn't have the pieces quite matching up. This way here I got each piece in there the way, the way it should be. That one's matching up nice. That one feels good. I got something to grind. And this top piece feels good. And that went fairly well. What time is it?
48.
48? Yesterday was what? Hour or something? Mm-hmm. And it wasn't nowhere near looking as good as this, I don't think. Well, whatever. But anyways, that's what I'm doing. I've got that filled in there now. Basically that's what's going on. And I'm praying on the chrome guys. I'm going to hope that they do a good job on it, because I'm doing the best job I can to get it where it's supposed to, where I want it. And I have to count on them to do the rest, because I don't have a chroming shop here. But I'm going to weld that up, grind that off the best I can, make it look like that. And just because it's shiny like that does not mean that it's perfect. It does not mean that at all. When I rub my hand over, I can feel that. I can feel that right there. And I'm hoping that they can get in behind there. Like I said, cut that off and beat that out. Just being honest with you, just because it's shiny like that does not mean it's perfect. And like the console, just because it's shiny and all welded and ground off does not mean that it does not need body fill or body work or primer or anything like that. It just means that I've got off the weld. I made it look the best I could make it look. Basically, I made it look the best I could make it look by welding it and grinding it. Now it has to go to the body shop. So Do not be fooled, or do not think that I am sending this stuff to the chromer and they're just going to chrome it and it's beautiful. That's not the truth. The truth of the matter is there's more work to be done there. They have to fill the pits along there. I'm not going there and getting all them pits. I'm hoping they'll get those. I'm going to cut the back piece off. I'm hoping that they'll put a little heat on that and maybe play with that a little bit. They're probably a little better at the bumper than I am. But I'm happy with the way I've got it going there. And what I noticed from this piece is that there was 3 angles. The top one, this one, and then this one. I think this piece here is a better job than that piece. I will make this piece look just as nice as that piece, but I think, in all honesty, that went in nicer, it went in quicker, and that was the way to do it. Have a good Friday, everybody. Get out and work on your hot rods. I am.